Welcome back to Christopher's Kitchen. Now, from time to time, we take you to different places across the world, and today we land in England for a traditional family recipe known as the Banoffi pie.
Right, Banoffi pie, banana toffee pie.
Got it.
And I learned this just from English crew members that I worked when I worked on the private yachts and some of their mothers. It's a very simple, very common thing, but it's so good, I just had to show you. And you can fancy it up a little bit too if you want sometimes too. I just have you can use a pie pan, you can even buy a pre-bought crust if you wanted to. It's very simple. This just happens to be a little tart pan. I've got a graham cracker crust here. Graham crackers. We use a little almond flour, sugar, and butter in ours. Just gonna make the bottom crust here. Now, of course, the key to this recipe is the toffee. It also happens to be the most dangerous part also, so you might figure out a better way of doing it. If I figure it out between now and then, I'll tell you about it. But that is this Eagle brand sweetened condensed milk. Now, the way that the English do it, and I'm sure a lot of people do that do similar recipes like this, they put that on the stove with water and cook it for an hour on one side and an hour on the other. Now, the package clearly states that you shouldn't do that. That is dangerous. But, and you certainly don't want to do it if you have children around, and if you do it like that, you make sure that that can cools off really well before you open it. Now, I finished my crust here. I'm going to par bake that a little bit, get that to set up nicely. Now, remember that that toffee takes at least 2 hours to cook, and you really need to do it the day of, because once it gets chilled, it's too hard to get out of the can. So you want to do it when it's room temperature. Now I'm going to slice our bananas, get those ready. I'm just going to slice these kind of thin on a diagonal so they fit around the pie really nice. You can do it any way you want. Now we've got some of this toffee that's cooked in the can. You see the label cooks off and everything. That's what it looks like when it comes out. It's a little bit dangerous, but it's the good stuff. Okay, we're going to pour that right in the bottom of our crust, and then we're going to start layering some bananas. This doesn't have to be pretty. We're going to cover this with whipped cream. We're just going to top this with a little whipped cream. Okay, our Banoffi pie is out of the fridge. And I've just got some shaved chocolate here on this one. I'm just going to, just a little chocolate bar. This is a milk chocolate bar. It's a commercial size, but a little bit of shaved chocolate on this. And we've got that bottom that lifts out of this pan, so that will be good, just like that. Now I can actually cut on this. So a really traditional English dessert that's very, very simple, but oh so good. So I've got a little English custard sauce here to serve with this. It's already sweet enough, but what the heck. Okay, and I might garnish the plate with a little bit more chocolate shavings. Now, we just happen to make some chocolate fans just to make it a little bit fancier. That's how, something like that. We might show you how to do one on one of those shows. Might just put a little mint leaf off the side here. So that is our English dessert, Banoffi pie, and we've just, as we say in Texas, fancied it up a little bit.
All right, just a couple of reminders on the Banoffi pie from England that you've just seen. You want to be sure, again, to practice safety, because on the side of the can it says clearly, don't heat in the can. However, is that because people open it before it's cooled properly?
Maybe so. There is a possibility it could explode too if it's a weak can or if the can has defects. So, I mean, I've done it several times, never had a problem, but I would hate for anybody to try that at home.
Absolutely.
Not doing it. So unless you've done it before, you're absolutely certain. All right. I just wouldn't play with it. Now, don't forget, this recipe and all of our others are on the website at kbtx.com. You can click on our page, Christopher's Kitchen. And this recipe and all the others are there. Hope you enjoy this one.